Hi, I'm Dr. Sandi, the grief specialist with Hanson Mortuary. I don't know about you, but during the pandemic, a lot of my friends were working puzzles. They were home a lot. So I figure I'm at home, I'll get a puzzle. So I go to Goodwill and I bought a puzzle. 1,000-piece puzzle. I brought it home and I did what puzzle people do. I cleaned off the dining room table and I emptied all the puzzle pieces on the table. So the first thing I did was I looked for the corners because we need a framework. Then I looked for edges because we need a structure. Then I started putting together, clustering different colors, like the reds and the blues and the greens. And then there came that process of putting it all together, and it took a long time. So when I had company, anytime somebody came, I'm like, hey, want to work on my puzzle? So they did, and they would sit down, they would look at the pieces and whatever I had done, and they were like, well what are we building? I'm like, I don't know. And they're like, well, where's the box? Like, I didn't have a box. What do you mean you have a puzzle without a box? All puzzles come in a box. No, mine came in a Ziploc bag. It said 1,000 pieces. And in that process of putting it together, I was thinking how much grief is like that puzzle. We end up with 1,000 or maybe feel like our life is in 1,000,000 pieces. And they don't make sense. Here's a blue one and a green one and a gray one and then some colors, I don't even know what they are. How do we start to put our lives back together like a 1,000-piece puzzle without an instruction book? So the first thing we do is we look for the corners. The corners are those anchors. Who are those people in our life that we can call at 3 in the morning and they won't say, do you know what time it is? They'll say, what do you need? What's going on? So we need the corners to frame our puzzle. Then we need the straight edges, because the straight edges are the everyday structure, the everyday routines that give us order and stability in our life. And again, it starts to frame that picture that we're building, even when we don't know what that picture is going to look like. And then we cluster together like pieces. For me, this looks like a list. Who are the people I need to contact? What are the tasks I need to do? What are the plans I need to make for next steps, whatever that might be? And then we start to put together random pieces. We're going to find that sometimes we're going to get a perfect match on first try, but probably not. There are going to be mismatches. Ask for help. Let our friends come in and help us. You know, friends are always saying, what can you do? Give them some things to do. And to remember that we're a work in progress. And grief isn't like something on a timetable where it might have a specific beginning, but it doesn't have a finish line. Now, you're probably wondering, what was that picture? Well, a couple of things. I mean, it was a 50-cent puzzle, and there weren't 1,000 pieces, but there were 994. I have 6 pieces that I did not get, 6 missing pieces. And so whenever we put our lives back together after big loss, big grief, there are going to be holes. There are holes that don't get filled by the way they were in the past. Now, that doesn't mean we don't have a picture. Yeah, we have a picture, we have a life, but there are going to be some gaps. So for my puzzle, yep, there are 6 gaps. What it ultimately was, a big surprise, it's a puzzle of Mount Rushmore. But George Washington, he's missing a little bit of his nose, but it's really clear that it is Mount Rushmore. I'm Dr. Sandi with Hanson Mortuary, and we're here when you need us. Thank you.